So today we are making a video on MiniOS. So here is the boot menu. So I'm going to choose the start a new session. So this is not the latest version available in the official website. So I didn't have any topic to be honest. So that's the reason I downloaded the MiniOS. So if you have any topic in your mind, do let me know in the comment section so we can make a video on it. So try to search that topic in my channel because I already made like a 3000 videos. So try to search that Linux distro whether I already made it. So if I didn't, then let me know in the comment section. I will make a content on it because to be honest, right now I don't have any topic to do. So I already posted another Linux distro because I'll be posting 2 videos daily. So already a video is available in my channel. You can check it out. And I forgot to mention that I'm running it on a virtual machine, which is a VMware with a 60 GB of hard disk, 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. So the booting process will take like a 2 or 3 minutes usually, most of the Linux distros. So let's wait, and I'm going to get all the information after the desktop layout loads. So let's wait and see. So here is our desktop layout of the MiniOS. Before changing the display settings, I'm going to show you the system monitor or the task manager to see how much of resources it's consuming. So I didn't even open any of the applications. So this is the default state. So these are all the processes running right now. And the CPU is around, it's not pretty stable right now, but it's around 50-60%. So processors are running right now is 309 and RAM is almost 4.4 GB. I don't know what's the reason, but it's consuming 4.4 GB of RAM. I'm going to change the display settings now. Let's change the display settings by going to settings, display. My monitor is like a 1920 into 1080 with a 16:9 ratio. Keep this configuration. Let me close it, and I'm going to keep the task manager right side in the corner so you can see all the changes throughout the video. For some reason it's consuming almost 60% of the RAM and the CPU is not even stable. So on the resource side it's consuming a lot of resource. I am using a 8 GB of RAM and my CPU is i5 1240p. So this is the specs or hardware consuming right now. Let me open the internet browser and I'm going to show you the official website and downloading process. So this is not the latest version, so I already mentioned, and I'm going to mention it again because people will think this is the latest version. So I'm going to scroll it like this and I'm going to type in about support to get some distro information and browser information. So it automatically added the website here, but I'm going to close it and let me type about support. About support and hit enter. So the version you get is a 115.6.0 ESR. So the latest version available for the Firefox browser is 128.0.3. So the Linux kernel you get is a 6.1.67. So the latest version of the Linux kernel is a 6.10 available, but you get the 6.1 here. And operating system theme is a Graybird dark or Graybird. And I'm going to scroll it down to get other information. So here it says 7.7 GB, which is 8 GB of RAM, disk space available 7.6. So here is some other information. If you want, you can just pause the video and read everything. And window protocol I'm using is right now is X11. The desktop environment is XFCE. So here is my monitor resolution. So you get some other information right here. You can just pause the video or you can change the playback speed in the YouTube settings, and you should be seeing everything in a slow-mo. For some reason it's consuming a lot of resources here. So you can see the Firefox is consuming 500 MB. So this is the resources. Let's get to the official website by typing in the search term MiniOS. So here is the link. So you can directly type in like a minios.dev, which is developer /English. So here is our official website, and the version, latest version is 1.2.2024. I think it's February 1st, I guess. So the MiniOS version you get is 3.3.3 has been released. For that information, you can just click on here to get all the information from the GitHub page. So here is the latest ISO file and version 3.3.3. Here are some changes, which is a kernel, updated all packages, and some other information. So you should be getting the ISO files right here. You can download right here, or you can download from the official website also. So it's January 2nd release date. So January 2nd 2024. I thought it was a February, but it's not. So here is some of the news. It's going to take you to the Telegram account. Not going to open that link. So when you click on download, you should be getting all the downloads. So here are the downloads. So also there is some other versions here. Let me show you that. So here you have the maximum, flux, minimum, ultra, standard, and puzzle. I downloaded the ultra version, so let me show you the file. Let me scroll it down. So here is the ISO file 1390 MB, which is 1.4 GB of ISO file. Here is the maximum. So here you get the description of whatever version you want here. You can click download from here, or else you can go and download from here. So scroll it down and download. So there is a standard, ultra, minimum, and other information also here. So the ISO files are right here, which is a puzzle, standard. Here is the maximum version. So I downloaded this ultra version. Let me click on download, which is 64-bit. And the downloads will be starting right now. So it's going to take a few seconds and the download will be right here. So I'm using a VPN, so that's the reason it's saying as 12 minutes. Let me close the browser. So we got all the information from the browser. Let me open the terminal and let's type in some commands to get the distro information. Let's make it bigger so you can see properly. So keep an eye on the RAM and CPU throughout the video so you can see all the changes and decide whether to use this Linux distro or not. So about terminal you get 1.0.4. So let me change the color so you can see properly. Let's go to the colors, load presets, black and white. So let me type in INXI. So command not found. Let's try the neofetch. So neofetch is pre-installed. Operating system, it says as a Debian 12 bookworm, and I already mentioned that I'm using it on a virtual machine, which is a VMware. So uptime is almost 9 minutes. The kernel, which I already mentioned. Here are the packages, shells, the display resolution, desktop environment, and here are some themes. So you get some of the information right here. So you can try the desktop also. So here is our desktop. So I'm going to close it. So let's check what applications you get pre-installed in the MiniOS. About XFCE. So here are some of the information, which is a GTK version, and it's a 64-bit distributor Debian. Here are my hardware specs. Let me close it. And let's check the pre-installed applications we get in the MiniOS. Let me make it bigger so everything is available for you. So you get the Blender. So it's a bit of content creating applications are available in the MiniOS. So also the LibreOffice is available, some photo editing and PDF, and the media player, Wireshark. So they added a bit of bloatware applications here. You don't get the basic things you get from the XFCE desktop environment, you get from the MiniOS applications. So there is nothing from the MiniOS, but they added the content creating application, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to open the bit of applications here to see whether this distro will handle the stress test or not. So people who doesn't know, the stress test in my channel is like opening a bunch of applications which consumes a bit of resources to see whether this Linux distro will handle stress like a day-to-day task, like whether we get any like error signs or pop-ups or maybe bugs. Pop-ups like not responding or applications failed to open, so that type of pop-ups. So let me open a bit of resource consuming applications, for example Blend, and also the some other applications like GIMP. So these applications will consume a bit of resources. So it's already consuming a lot of resources without any application opening. So the RAM is almost 60%, the CPU is also under 60-70%. So I don't know how it performs by opening these applications. So I already mentioned that I'm using 8 GB of RAM and my CPU is also 12th generation. So I have the latest specs and still getting this issue. So if you already used the VLC, not the VLC, it's MiniOS, do let me know in the comment section. So if you're already running the MiniOS, do let me know in the comment section whether it's working properly in the bare metal or not. So I'm running it on the virtual machine, so I have issues like consuming a lot of resources. I'm also going to show you the installation process also. So let me open a bunch of applications here. Multimedia, let me open Audacity and OBS also. Let me open OBS. Under graphics, let's open the Roth help, and also let's open what we have here is so I'm trying to open a bunch of applications. We don't have anything here to open, so let's go to Office. Let's open the calculator, which is a LibreOffice. I'm going to try to open one application now. Let me open the double commander. So we are good with the applications. Let's check the task manager. So CPU is around 99%, and here we have the double commander or the file manager. So as you can see, memory went almost 74%. So I'm going to show you properly. So here are our hardware specs. Process running at 299. And memory is almost 74%. So these are all the applications. Let me scroll it down and up. So as you can see, it's consuming a lot of hardware specs here. So it's clearly up to you whether to use it or not. So it's XFCE desktop environment, and XFCE desktop environment is consuming this much of resources on the MiniOS. So here you can see all the applications or processes consuming. I'm going to switch the applications to see whether we see any lag or any crashes. So when you switch applications, there is no lag or anything, but we are still facing a lot of hardware consuming issue here. So I don't see any errors or any bugs or anything. I can switch the applications instantly without any lag, but the resources are consuming a lot of RAM and CPU. As you can see, there is no stable graph in the CPU and RAM. So I'm going to close all the applications, and I'm going to show you the installer. Let's close the applications. So you get the OBS Studios here, version 29, and the LibreOffice. Let's check the LibreOffice. You get the 7.4.7.2. Let's even close the applications. So everything is opening instantly and closing instantly without any issue, but I don't know what's the issue. You can see the RAM consuming applications here. So it's clearly up to you to decide whether you use it or not. So again, this is also not the latest version, so it's clearly up to you to use it or not. So the GIMP version is right here. So Firefox version already mentioned. Double commander, here is the version you get. It's a file manager. You already know the double commander. So here is our Blender. The version already showed. Let me show you again about Blender. You get 3.4.1. I'm going to close the Blender. So Audacity, and here is our media player. So you get a bunch of content creating applications, so that's a good thing, but the resources is high. So here is our installer. You can install EFI or you can install right here. I'm not going to show you the installation process, but let's check the panel preference. So you get the 4.18 XFCE desktop environment. So you get all the things from the XFCE, so there is nothing change here. Let's check some desktop backgrounds by going to desktop settings. So there are a bunch of wallpapers available with the logo of MiniOS. So the colors are changed, but you get the same wallpaper with the MiniOS. So these are all the wallpapers which is available. Here is the XFCE. Here you can go with the backgrounds. Same thing. Desktop, menus, icons. Close it. Let's check the appearance. Let's see the themes we get. So you don't get anything other than the gray bird. Icons, even same. Fonts, settings. So this was the video of MiniOS. So my final thoughts are the resources are a lot consuming here. I don't really recommend you to use this Linux distro, but it's clearly up to you. If you're a distro hopper, you can try it in the virtual machine. But if you're thinking of installing it on a main PC or work PC, it's better to go with other Linux distros instead of MiniOS. I don't know, it's an issue with the live boot, but it's consuming a lot of resources, and I don't think you should be going with the MiniOS. So because most of the Linux distro will be adding content creating applications, and you should be getting a XFCE desktop environment. And I don't think you are also not getting the latest version. It's almost 6-7 months back ISO file. So it's clearly up to you, but in my point of view, I don't think I really recommend this Linux distro for you. You can download the XFCE based Linux distros and you can install the applications, whatever applications you want, you can download and install it on your own. So it's clearly up to you to judge whether to use it or not. So these are my final thoughts, and I'm going to end the video. So at the end of the video, these are all the resources. Its processor 288, 282, and CPU is around 30-40%. It's not stable, as you can see. Graph is going high and with a low peak also. And memory is almost 60%, which is a 4.6 GB. I never saw a XFCE desktop environment consuming this much of resources. So that's a bit miracle for me also. So this was the CPU resources, and this was the video of the MiniOS. I'm going to show you the logout screen and I'm going to end the video. Let's check the logout screen and I'm going to end the video. So here you get the login screen. I don't know login screen credentials. You get the black box and XFCE session. Let's try to. So we need a username and password. I think there will be a password in the official website. Let's try the MiniOS and let's try to log in. Let me try the MiniOS again. So password is incorrect. Let me try the live. So let's try the live user. Let's log in. So we need to have a password for the login. So I don't really know the password and the username. So it should be in the official website itself. So I am going to try the MiniOS and the password again. For the password, let me try the password. It's not working. So if you log out, so you need to have the login credentials. So you need to find it on your own. So I will try to find the live user account. It's a live boot, so I need to find it on our own. So if I find, I'm going to provide it, or else you need to find it on your own. So I'm going to end the video. I'll try to put it in the description if I find the password. So thanks for watching. Peace out.